Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk about why I hate, hate modern dress Shakespeare. Not just not like, not just could do without. No, I hate it, loathe it. Um, and one of the reasons is I think it comes off as very gimmicky and also pandering. It's like the theatrical companies and film producers who produce these plays and films think, oh well, no one will watch it unless it's in modern dress. But to me, it takes me out of it. It takes me out of it when I'm watching people in dressed in t-shirts recite Shakespeare. It doesn't work for me. It breaks the spell of fantasy, so to speak. It doesn't work. Um, and now there have been some film versions that are somewhat modern dress that I have liked. Probably my favorite is Richard the Third with Ian McKellen. Of course, the story of Richard the Third took place in the 1400s, and this takes place in the 1930s. But I still think it works because the 1930s is still far enough removed from modern day that I can still find it somewhat believable, even though obviously people in the 30s didn't speak that way. But I can find it more believable than when they do modern dress now. Of course, one of the arguments for modern dress, which I absolutely, and one of the things I like about, I'll say about Ian McKellen's performance is how he is able to give a very naturalistic performance while reciting the Shakespearean language. It's probably one of the best Shakespearean performances that I've seen. But one of the arguments for modern dress is that in Shakespeare's day, most of the time, even if they were doing Elizabethan, even if the story was set in the past, they were usually dressed in modern Elizabethan clothing. And I'm thinking, or Jacobean clothing later on, but I'm thinking, so what? I mean, what kind of argument is that? To me, but first, they were more limited in what they could do then in terms of their costumes. But another reason is, let me put it this way. Obviously, when Charles Dickens wrote David Copperfield, let's say, that was not a period piece when he wrote it. I mean, in some cases, the stories were set, the events were set a few decades back, but it was still not considered a period piece. The closest thing that Dickens wrote that would have been considered a period piece in his day are books like A Tale of Two Cities and Barnaby Rudge. But David Copperfield was not considered a period piece, even though it is now. But to me, if you were to do David Copperfield all the same, but in modern dress, it would not work. The Victorian era is what gives the Dickens stories their charm, and to me, it's the same with Shakespeare. When you use that language in modern day, it just doesn't work. It breaks the spell of reality. It needs to be set more in the past to give you a sense of unreality about it, to give it a dreamlike quality. Because to me, Shakespeare's language is very dreamlike. It's not naturalistic, it's dreamlike. So to me, when you try to mix that with modern dress, it's just awkward, and it also comes off as pandering to modern audiences. It comes off as gimmicky, and it also comes off like they're just trying to save money instead of actually putting quality material and finances into the production. So for all of those reasons, I hate modern dress Shakespeare. It's one of the reasons why I haven't seen very many Shakespeare plays. I mean, I haven't actually seen any Shakespeare plays live. I've watched film versions of Shakespeare a lot, but I haven't actually seen any plays live. But one of the reasons is that they're all modern dress now, because I think, to me, they're trying to be high concept instead of actually just telling the story straight. Just do it straight. Don't try to be gimmicky about it. But quite often you have these producers who are wanting to assert their own agenda or their own feeling into Shakespeare, or like let's dress up Shakespeare like Trump or Obama or Bill Clinton or whoever in order to make it modern, so to speak. But to me, that just comes off as gimmicky and again pandering to modern sensibilities. To me, it's better to do it straight, as Shakespeare wrote it, and then just let people make up their own mind. That's the way to do Shakespeare. But many of these high concept producers somehow think that they know more or know better than Shakespeare, which obviously they don't. And so for that reason, I absolutely hate modern dress Shakespeare.